Yo, what's up all you beautiful mother truckers? Welcome back to Ball Central. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the best budget beasts out there in the NBA Live mobile market. So today I'm mostly going to be focusing on some of the gold players out in here, but there's going to be some silver players here and there. Majority of these players, they'll be under 10,000. Most of them will fall under like 5,000, 6,000. There'll be some silver players that are like 4, 3, 2,000. You can easily get them. So without further ado, and we're going to be dividing up these. We're going to be dividing the players into point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. And then I'll give you at least 3 examples for each one of them. So let's get started. So the first guy I want to be showing you guys is Michael Carter Williams from the Milwaukee Bucks. And this guy's rated at a 79 overall, and he's absolutely a beast. So his speed is at 89, 84 dribbling, 69 defense, 84 passing. Those are his best stats. So defense at 69 is really good. His speed and dribbling are very high. His passing is also very good. So his main disadvantage is of course his 3-point shooting. But if you just want a facilitator, he's amazing. And what's even better is because he's 6'6", he'll get you a ton of blocks. Really good on defense. So Michael Carter Williams gets my approval, and I really recommend him. So another player I really like is Ishmael Smith from Philadelphia, and you can get him around 7,000. Michael Carter Williams was around 8,000. This guy, he can go for even 6,000, you can see here. I've seen him for cheaper on bids, but 6,000, that's really cheap. And of course, once you look at his stats, what jumps out at you immediately, that speed, 94 speed, that is absolutely insane. So it can really cause havoc on defense. On offense, you can just drive past your defender, get some easy layups, set up your teammates with an 87 passing. So Ishmael Smith, really good player for really cheap. So if you guys want a point guard that can actually shoot some 3-pointers, Ish Smith and Michael Carter Williams, they're not the best shooters. You got right here Darren Collison, and he's a pretty solid player at point guard, 83 speed. So he's pretty fast, got some nice passing, dribbling skills. Mostly his 3-pointers are rated at 77, which is really nice, but actually 77 doesn't really truly reflect his ability on the court because he can absolutely knock down 3-pointers. I swear this guy's 3-point rating should be better than 77 because he knocks down like 80% of his 3-pointers, which is really good. So moving on to shooting guards, we have the first player, Mr. Will the Thrill Barton, if I can find him. This guy right here. You can find him for around 6K. As you can see, this guy's for 7K. You can buy it now. 84 speed, 78 dribbling, 71 defense. So that defense is absolutely huge, and he is also 6'6", so that's pretty tall for a shooting guard. And he's a really solid player that you can put in your lineup. But this guy, Eric Gordon right here, he's the biggest budget beast at shooting guard I could find. If you need a scorer, a 3-point shooter, this is the guy to turn to. As you can see, you can get him for 7,000 right here, but I've seen him as low as 5,000, 6,000, and you can, if you want and you want to snipe, then you can get him 7,000, 6,000, 5,000, no problem. So as you can see, his speed is rated at a 77, dribbling 82, but what stands out the most is that 3-point shooting at 90, which is one of the highest in the game, point period. So you have Eric Gordon, he's an absolute offensive weapon, offensive juggernaut, and he just really doesn't miss much from 3-point range. So if you have somebody like Michael Carter Williams, Ish Smith, that's more of a passer, then you give it to Gordon and he can be your main scorer. But if you guys also want some defense with that 3-point shooting, then go ahead and get yourself a Danny Green, because this guy is really cheap. As you can see right here, I've seen him for as low as 5,000, 6,000, but he's really solid because he not only gives you 86 3-pointer, He's also pretty tall at 6'6" and gives you 70 defense. And his defense is actually really good. You can't go wrong with Danny Green. So next up are small forwards. And small forwards, this is a guy that really likes. Harrison Barnes from the Golden State Warriors. Doesn't really get a lot of credit. And as you can see here, you can get him for 5,000. That's really cheap. Actually, I think that's sniping him because it just dropped for 5,000. You can probably flip him for 6,000. But anyways, getting back to the point, this guy is a really solid player at small forward. He gives you 84 3-pointer, which is absolutely huge. 77 speed isn't bad, but he also gives you that 72 defense. So he gives you a balance between offense and defense, something that you really need from a small forward. So another player that rarely ever gets mentioned when talking about steals or like budget beasts is Omri Caspi. But this guy is a beast. He is a steal for 5,000 coins. Oh, and as I was saying, he is an absolute steal at 5,000. He just got bought. 81 speed is really good for a small forward. He's 6'9", and he has an 85 3-pointer. That's one of the highest in the game as well. Really good 3-point shooter just to add in at your small forward position. 70 defense isn't bad either. Nice height, nice speed, nice 3-pointer. And I say, why not get him in your lineup? So finally, we have somebody that's a little more expensive, Mr. Batum, the Batum. That 10K right there, I saw for 10K. I've seen him for 9,000. I've seen him for 7,000, 8,000. If you find one for 7,000, 8,000, definitely get him, because overall this guy, all 70 somethings, all high, most of them are high 70. So he's just a jack of all trades, Swiss Army knife as they call him, Inspector Gadget, whatever. Nicholas Batum, if you can find him for cheap, go ahead and get that guy. So moving on to power forwards, and this guy, I don't know, his stats aren't the best. When you look at his stats, nothing really jumps out at you too much. But for me, this guy is an absolute steal, and trust me on this, his stats don't reflect how good he actually is. So first of all, he is a 7-foot power forward with 75 speed. So he's just really athletic. I swear this guy's jumping ability is insane. Rarely ever gets blocked when he's down in the paint. So definitely Nerlens Noel. You should definitely try him out. The defense is rated at a 66, but I swear to God, it's much better. He always gets me a bunch of blocks, and also he's really useful when dunking. So his dunking ability is really crazy because he just bulldozes his way in with his athleticism and then just tries to dunk everything. Sometimes he might fail, but most of the time he succeeds, and it's pretty useful in supremacy as well. So Nerlens Noel definitely gets my thumbs up. And I might be making a video about him, a player review on Nerlens Noel later on. If it gets released, then I'll link it right now. So another player that is really good at power forward, a lot of you might know, is Ryan Anderson. 74 speed, but mostly that 84 3-pointer. He is a 6'10" power forward that can shoot threes lights out. So that's somebody that you should really try to get. But somebody that's even better that people rarely ever talk about at power forward and is super duper cheap. I seen before that was 7,000, 6,000, 750, 750, 7,000. Yeah, I've seen them for like 5,000 easy. There's a bunch. See 6,000 right there. There's a bunch of Ursan Ilyasovas on the market, but he is an absolute beast. Look at that 3-pointer. 88 3-pointer. It's one of the highest in the game at a power forward. 6'10" power forward. His defense isn't the best, 61 defense, but his speed at 75, 88 3-pointer. 88 3-pointer. Don't need to say anymore, alright? Yeah, get him. Just get him. Alright, so we're moving on. We got one more power forward. And this guy is a silver player. Many of you guessed it. It's the Turkoglu, and you can get them for really cheap, like 1,700 coins. That's really cheap. I've seen them for like 1,500, 1,400, but mostly what you're getting for him is that 3-point shooting, which is 87. Just one shy of Ursan Yulasola, but much cheaper. So if you guys are really on a budget, go ahead, get that Turkoglu. So at center, I don't have too many centers to recommend to you that are really cheap, but this is the guy that I think you guys should look into. Mr. Bismack Biyombo, big business, as Drake calls him. He's a really good center. So you see a lot of red because he's being compared to Joakim Noah, who's an 80 overall, and throwback Joakim Noah, and he's a really good player. Actually, Joakim Noah is another recommendation of mine. He's really good. But back to Bismack Biyombo, this guy's 74 speed, 65 defense. But I swear his jumping and jumping ability, his mobility is really great. So his defense is actually much higher. Compared to other centers that are rated like 80, 85, he still shows up a lot of green, and his stats are actually really high for a center. Player that I think rarely ever gets mentioned because he's a silver player is Mr. Simbular. Right? In real life, I wouldn't really want him on my team because he's just so slow, so fat. I just don't really like this guy clunking away on the court. But in NBA Live Mobile, he's actually really mobile. Pun intended. So if you look at his stats, they're all so trash, right? Like 23 dribbling, 23 three-pointer. Don't care about that dribbling and three-pointer for a center. You're looking for defense, looking for speed. But again, you're saying, hey, wait a minute. His dribbling, his defense, passing, speed, they're all really low. But that's because he's 7'5" and he has just a huge advantage. So he never gets blocked. People can rarely contest his shots. Gets a bunch of boards for you. Symbol are really cheap, yet super duper effective. So if you have the chance, try him out. Really fun to see this guy making other centers look small. And then we also have Noah, as I said before, Joakim Noah from the Chicago Bulls, which is really good. 63 defense, 74 passing, one of the best passing big men in the NBA. But if you do have some extra money to throw around, I would say Karl Anthony Towns is an absolute beast. So I've seen him for like 20,000, 15,000, and this guy, man, is one of the best centers in the entire game, even including elites. This guy is one of the best. So although he's not truly a budget player, but if you have the money, invest in Karl Anthony Towns because you can sell him, trade him back for 20,000, no problem. And he's just an absolute beast. 71 three-pointer, 74 shooting, 70 speed, 65 defense, 68 passing for a 7-foot Karl Anthony Towns. Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable. And this guy's been having a hell of a season for a rookie. So, Karl Anthony Towns, there you go. Not really a budget player, but just gotta mention him. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It helped you guys out in choosing some of the best budget players. Get you guys a stack team early on the game to dominate those head-to-head battles. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit a like, subscribe button. They're all down below. Check out the last video. And hope you guys have a good night. Peace.